The Longlist for the Comedy Women in Print Prize was announced yesterday, comprising of, sharp, witty and brilliant humour, both from established names and from debut authors as well. And I'm really pleased to say that I'm joined now by comedian and founder of the Comedy Women in Print Prize, Helen Lederer. Good evening, Helen.
Hello, Kate. Lovely to be on your fabulous programme.
Thank you very much. And Lucy Mangan, author of Are We Having Fun Yet?, who's on the long list for the published novel category. Good evening, Lucy.
Hi, Kate.
We'll get on to you in just a moment, Lucy. Helen, tell me about setting up the Comedy Women in Print Prize. When did you do it and why? Why was it so important?
Right, well, this is the fourth year, and it was 2 years sort of in the planning. So I feel as if I've been doing this all my life, that I've never done anything else except try and be a manager, founder, beggar of people to support, humble, which is not the normal thing as a ex-stand-up comedian. But I set it up because I wrote a comedy novel and I looked around for a witty women's comedy novel to prize to win, as you do. I don't know what Lucy's going to tell us. She's brilliant. Anyway, she probably doesn't even need to think about prizes. But there wasn't one, except for the PG Woodhouse, which is brilliant. And so I set one up and I'd been a judge. So I kind of thought I knew. Anyway, the main thing is we've created a platform to highlight witty women's fiction that is changing and evolving, even as the prize has continued. So we've, changed the conversation. It's a really exciting time for women's witty fiction. And don't we all need it now, Kate?
Yes, we utterly do. Lucy Mangan, let's bring you in. Are We Having Fun Yet? Tell me a little bit about your novel. It's made the long list for the published novel category.
It's about, people always say it's about a woman with two kids just kind of trying to get things right and getting through motherhood. I sort of feel it's more about her getting through her marriage, but that's maybe subjective. But yes, it's just about getting through marriage and motherhood, but also just being female and trying to juggle everything and the labour of doing another adult's thinking for them, and how kind of grating that can be over time.
I mean, I have to jump in because I'm not a judge, but Lucy is deservedly on the long list. I mean, you sort of say the unsayable, which is what I don't know if you think about that, Kate, but don't we all want that?
Yes.
So it isn't a book about mothering. It's about the unsayable bits.
It's about the honesty needed.
Exactly. And it's witty and wry. And the character that you write, Lucy, I mean, do you kind of just want to be on your own, but you don't really? It's this kind of fast moving, quite waspy at time. I mean, the what's up
it's
with the
bitter
other
and
parents.
enraged. That's what you mean, yeah.
Pardon? It's what?
It's bitter and enraged.
Bitter and enraged, she said subtly.
Yeah.
Do you think that's,
yes.
Lucy, from your point of view, I mean, now we've got brilliant female comedy writers, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Sharon Horgan, Michaela Cole, Daisy May Cooper, really, really good examples. But, growing up for me and in my earlier years, I think we struggled to find novels, comedy novels written for women, didn't we? There were sort of certain types, it felt to me, generally this is sweeping across the board, it felt to me that a lot of women's fiction followed a fairly predictable path. Do you think that is changing now, and the Comedy Women in Print Prize is a great example, really, of how much depth there is now?
Yes, exactly, because I think women have been allowed to be funny in a very gentle, charming, kind of way.
Yes, British way, yeah.
It does celebrate wit, which is slightly different from humour, and it's sharper, and it's a bit more cutting, it's a bit more courageous, it's a bit more what you can do when you are feeling a bit more confident, and when you are a bit more confident in your, say, cultural space. You know, you can kick against the pricks a bit more, and you don't have to be all coy and pull your punch.
I think you've nailed that. I think that the observation of how the content, honestly, with the emphasis on wit, has evolved. Different kinds of books. I mean, to Kate's question, I mean, I remember, because I'm older than both of you, Erica Yong, Fear of Flying. Now, it wasn't all funny, but that was a book that I read in my sort of, when I was being influenced, and I desperately wanted to read about women, you know, women who I recognised, who I wanted to be like. And it was rude, but really funny, but not all the time. But I think we're in a really different landscape now from even 4 or 5 years ago. And with Lucy talking about being confident. Not that we were insecure, lily-livered people before, but just a normality.
Well, it's also about kind of publishers' appetite for these books as well, isn't it? Let's not forget. And I'm going to have to round it up there, ladies, because we are out of time, sadly. But just a few more names from the published novel Longlist. Love Marriage by Monica Ali. One I've read, Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason. What else have I read here? The Writing on the Wall by Jenny Eclair. Loads of good stuff there. Marion Keyes as well. Again, Rachel. And there is an unpublished novel category as well. And the brilliant thing is the winner not only gets a cash prize, but they also get a publishing deal as well, which is, you know, which will be so key for that particular author. Thank you so much for joining us. You can find out more about the Comedy Women in Print Prize by searching it up online or heading over to Helen Lederer's Twitter account. There's lots of information there. For now, though, Helen Lederer and Lucy Mangan, good to speak to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Lucy. Keep laughing.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.